That dream you've had for so long may be tucked away for a time in the distant future, but whenever you're reminded of it, you get a little tug on your heart. How long are you willing to wait to feel good knowing that you went for it? Hi, welcome to the Connect with Sheila podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, self-care strategist, and creator of the Seasons self-care app. I'm committed to helping you reconnect to your purpose, elevate your well-being, and build your version of a happy, successful life. Today, we're talking about the precarious place we can find ourselves between imagining what we truly desire our lives to look like and taking steps into it. You know what I'm talking about. You probably don't need to think too long to snag what that looks like for you. The dream that was planted in your heart, whether it was as a young person or just some time ago, may be a little dusty, but when you put your awareness on it, it likely springs to life. It felt safe to imagine what life would look like when you lived that dream, as long as it was just out of reach or far away, only redeemable at some future date. And so you kept kicking that can down the road. And then, has this ever happened? Someone came into your life or your awareness, and you saw them living the life that you desire. And you found yourself saying hey, that's my dream. You're screaming it on the inside, like they're living my life. I've felt this over the years, I got to say, with different things that I've dreamed of attaining to. And yes, it's so aspirational to see people who are achieving these things, but it just does something inside of yourself that shows you what you really, really want. I've also had the joy of seeing dreams of mine become a reality. And it happened to be just mixed in with a whole lot of ordinary life too. The highs, the lows, the mundane stuff. And then a light was shone on the beauty of what came to pass when I look back, when I revel in the memories made and the journey of getting to those things that I wanted. You've likely been in a season of life where that dream maybe didn't make sense at the time. So it was easy to put off. And when the time came to pursue it, it didn't make sense anymore. Your life's timing shifts, and it can be a real gift as you deepen your relationship with your inner world to make aligned decisions. And then there are those dreams that you talk about, you think about, and you put plans together for, and you have countless notebooks, and if you're me, a lot of sticky notes as well, littering various drawers, purses, everything's all mapped out, but it all remains an idea that would be so cool, but you've told yourself quietly that it will never happen, or it's not time. It's not time yet. So inwardly, really, what are you telling yourself, right? Well, I've done that too. And that really feels like torture. So I began cultivating the practice of letting go of things that I'm really not intending to truly pursue. And didn't always feel good, but I realized if it was really for me, the opportunity would present itself again. Because when you release something, it feels like you're freeing something up inside of you and allowing space for something even better to come in. And I've seen this happen. As I've mentioned before, I was really steeped in the hustle culture and the driven world of pushing myself. And yes, it can really accomplish things. That's one way of doing it. And while taking massive action does give you massive results, if you're dysregulated or stuck in a loop of just taking yourself out of your dreams and, putting other things in the way, the answer isn't always just to go for it, but the answer is to start to feel safe, to want more first. Think about this. This is your precious life, and these are your dreams. So by all means, really do pursue what feels good to you to go after. Take the leap, but do it with support. I found it to be revolutionary in my own life. So often we can go it alone, and it can not only feel harder, but it takes so much longer for us to gather the courage to move forward when we're trying to just slug it out on our own and just focus on just action, action, action. Sometimes it's taking a step back and getting quiet and tuning into our intuition to say, wait, is there a better way to move forward? And in the silence, that's often where we find it. Just continually taking action for taking action's sake, not always effective. And if you truly don't know where you're going to land, know that you can always change your mind. So once you've shown yourself some inner support for the journey, taking the leap can feel incredibly elegant and freeing. The regret of not making the attempt like that, well, like it can weigh you down in a huge way. So I feel like it's better to let it go than to be anchored down and feeling stuck. Perhaps when you let go, you'll realize that maybe that thing never felt right for you. And by letting it go, like I said, you've freed up space for something even better to take its place. But you get to choose. What's it going to be for you this week? What's it going to be for you this month? Take the leap or let go. Just even thinking in your mind, you probably know what that answer is. And the choice is yours. I just want you to know I'm cheering you on to make the best choice for yourself either way, knowing that it could just be which is the best choice right now. Life changes, we change, the seasons change. And you may find, like I said, something comes around again in a different form and maybe in something packaged in something better than it was originally. And you'll find that, wow, timing really is everything. This past year and a bit has been one where I've really stretched myself intentionally and allowed myself to take a leap towards some dreams that I'm ready to experience. And it's not always happened with ease, but knowing that I'm doing it, like I'm in that process, feels so good. And also knowing that I'm getting the support that I need. I'm getting resourced myself in order to be able to feel good while I go through the process. And a key ingredient for me doing this has been my incredible community of soul sisters who just get me and I get them. And we've also got each other. And going for a goal that seemed almost impossible felt much more attainable with their encouragement and potential tips from their own experience as well. And so I love the personal community that I've cultivated over the years. And I really want to help you create yours if you don't find you have one. Like maybe these podcasts, mine and others, they're kind of the place you go to get that dose of encouragement, that dose to feel heard and seen, even though, maybe I don't see you and I don't exactly know your specific story, but you feel like you're being seen and heard because of the messages coming through in these podcast episodes. And maybe this is the only place you're getting it. Maybe you don't have that community around you and you're out there building your business, you're doing all of the things, and you really feel like you could use some support. And as I've been talking about over the last few months, this is really something we focus on in the Seasons Collective. It's a place where ambitious women heal their relationship with the way they work, the way they go for their goals, so they can feel really good while bringing their big, bold business dreams to life. And really, it's all founded on a few principles: honoring your body's wisdom and rhythm, tapping into play and pleasure, and getting clear and taking action that is aligned with your purpose. To learn about how you can be part of this community, go to the link in the show notes for the details. And I'd love to see you inside. It'd be wonderful. And there's different offerings inside the Seasons app. Seasons Collective is something that's a community that will have its own specific place inside of the app as well. And I'm hosting an online event to introduce you to the Seasons app and the Seasons Collective that is happening Wednesday, May 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And to get more details about where to go for that and to get your link to join this event, you can tap the link in the show notes for details to register for that as well. I'm so excited. This has been something a year in the making, and it keeps growing and beautiful things keep being added to it as I go, which will continue over time. And it just goes to show you, like, the leap that I took with this, it initially was little baby steps, like little baby leaps. And then I was able to take a pause and I was able to get support. And then I took bigger leaps and bigger leaps because I was feeling so much more grounded in the purpose for what I was putting together. And this is something we get to experience together with whatever you may be experiencing in your business, in your goals that you're going after. So thank you so much for listening. If you got something valuable from this episode about this whole idea, like taking the leap or torturing yourself, tag me on social media because I love shouting out the messages that you tag me in. It really means the world to me that you listen to these episodes. And so rating, reviewing, sharing, it's all part of how we get this message out to people who need the encouragement, who want the community themselves to be able to move boldly and beautifully towards their dream life while feeling good in the process. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Big blessings.